Okay, we're going to open up iMovie here for the first time, and we're going to pretend like it's the lab computer, so just ignore these. These are on my own desktop, but I'm not at the lab computer. So I'm going to click on my dock iMovie icon, and it's going to open iMovie. And when you do that, you may not see this immediately. You might have to wade through some menus saying, what's new in iMovie? Just click away from that. Don't do the iCloud setup and all of that. But this is what you will see. Let's take a look at this nice clean interface that's new in iMovie 10.1. So this is what you see. Now we don't necessarily need to follow this or to do what it says, because what it wants you to do here is to make a new project, and then, which they call, as I told you, iMovie calls movie, which is the same as a project, which in the editing world we call a timeline. And a timeline is simply clips that you choose and you put in the order that you want, and they play and make a movie. Of course, we have audio and we have titles and stills and so on, and and export that out, and boom, you got a movie. Of course, that abbreviates a whole lot of work, which we're going to go over shortly. So actually, you don't even really need to land on this page. We can go straight over to media, which we're going to do in a sec. But let me just point out this trailer. These are really cool, very professional, very polished. And what they are basically templates. So if you wanted to shop around a project for funding, I would think this would be your first choice to do. You would make a trailer, which is a template, and it just is a little, like maybe 2 minutes or so. I guess it depends. There's different types. We're going to save looking at this for another day. But you would just put your clips in there and make a really, it's got music and make a really, really nice polished thing. You could send that to people and see if they would be willing to assist monetarily or otherwise. But otherwise, we have this, which is kind of, it's got templates in there too, with music and transitions and so on. And it also has one with no template, which is one we're always going to choose when we make a new project or timeline, or movie, as iMovie calls it. And over here, it's a shortcut to making a new movie. So really, when you see this, just and this bears looking at. You can search for your projects because you can make as many projects as you want. It's not necessarily going to impact your storage space, because really all it is a link to your media, and it just is little computer ease to put all your clips in order, but it doesn't actually copy the clips. It just copies the link to them, and very sophisticated stuff going on behind the scenes. So you could, if we had any projects, which we don't, and of course here's our default iMovie library, which you could open as well from this thing, or you could just do this. Go to media. Oh, before we pass this theater, that's your for storing like iCloud-ish type things. For this purpose, let's just avoid going there for now. So here we have our media. So when we do that, everything changes. We don't have any media in here, and guess what? We have our default iMovie library and our default iMovie event, which always puts today's date, whereas iMovie library is iMovie. It's just the name it defaults to, and it's always going to be always, like right here. You can see users, movies, and there it is in the library. It's in your movies folder on your hard drive. So always will be there, but we're going to make a new one in just a minute, and we're going to put it on our external drive. And why? Right, because we can't put it on the lab computer hard drive. It will be gone when we log off. We cannot do that. Of course, a little sneaky workaround would be that you could literally copy it from your external drive to the hard drive of the Mac, work on it, and then copy it back. But don't forget to do that, or you will you'll lose it. But that is a sneaky workaround for that. We got lots of workarounds. The photos library on the lab computer would be empty. It has some in mine, but if it was your own personal thing, you could computer, you could choose your stills from there. And all events, we don't really have any yet, except for this default one, which is empty. So we're going to take a look at the different parts of your interface later on after we get some media, which we're going to do following this.